Hello, everybody. Hello. Hello, everybody. Well, I don't know what's going on out there, but we got some dense energy. Whoa, it hit me like a ton of bricks. Hello, Cherith. Thank you for the hugs. Hi, Terry. Thank you. Man, I went to grocery outlet to get some root beer, and I'm sitting in my car, and all of a sudden, it's like boom, this energy hit me. Oh man, and I'm just sitting there trying to process it. It was wild. I had tears in my eyes and everything. I'm like, where is this coming from? So then my mind started spinning this story, right? And oh, Amy, yes. Yes, it's so heavy. I just posted a little bit of a song. I got home and I sang a song about it. I shared it. It's crazy how heavy this is, but the nice thing is that, if we watch it and kind of breathe into it and just stay settled in our own self, then eventually it kind of moves on out. But boy, it's tough. Sometimes I can't help it. It's easy. It's easier for me to sometimes express things when I sing it rather than speak. I do that a lot. When I was growing up, I lived in the woods, so I could just go out and sing to the trees because there was nobody around for miles, and I think they liked it. It was nice. Well, I do believe today is the 20s. What is today? The 26th or 7th? Something like that. Yeah, song is so important. Because it carries the frequency of your soul and the vibration of your chakra system. So it's like your signature. When you're walking around and you're singing, it's like everybody knows it's you because a copycat can't copy that. Kaiser. Well, there. I do have a link on my YouTube for a PayPal, I think, and I think you could do super chats too. I'd appreciate donations and this channel support. Spirit. Thank you for reciprocating for the story time. Oh, the forests are in the Pacific Northwest. The forests are so great. Well, definitely not. You said no witchcraft for you. Well, that's good, honey, because we don't do witchcraft here. We're just telling a story with some tools that help with the coherency. All right, as I mentioned, we've got some heavy and dense energy out there. We got some people who've been spoon-fed a story and they have made up their mind as to the way life is, and they like to tell everybody about it, and it's sometimes not very pleasant, so we'll just get along with it. So we're going to check right in with the Holy Spirit. Holy Divine Spirit, what's the planetary system for the collective, please? What's going on? I know that there seems to be, that energy that I felt earlier, first of all, it was very angry energy. It seemed to be directed at the like God protection, the mighty shield and all of that that's surrounding many of us at this time. They're very upset, and it's like they're like, "Why are you still here?" And I'm like, "Whoa, this is heavy energy." And so we got some folks out there, their harvest went wrong, and they're upset that many of you powerful light beings out there have protection and they're still there and they're not able to get into your energy. So they're kind of mad. They're kind of mad. Or they might be in a tower. So they're projecting out this energy that's falling apart. Everything's falling apart. It's like this abandonment energy. This, like that's gone on for centuries. Hello, Cece. Yeah. So this, we've gone through multiple life cycles, and in these life cycles, as prisoners of war, we've been harvested and emotionally kind of beat up, and many other things as well. It's been a challenge. And now it seems that those who have been getting away with that kind of thing are have lost out on their harvest. God said that this was the end of their relationship with batteries, which is what they view us as, because we are our own energy supply. And, and so they need that harvest in order to get along. So anyhow, they're really mad that God is protecting us with a mighty shield. And when they move that energy through us as empaths, sometimes it feels very personal. The message, the rebellion, it feels so very personal. It's like the heart cramps and the solar plexus kind of gets dense and dark. And what that is it's just the energy of a low vibrational being that is present and very upset that your protector is there and they're not able to get at you. So they're running this anger through your mind, and they're trying to cramp up your heart space, and they want to cause friction between you and God and whoever else. They want you to get mad about something, right? So it's really challenging to sit there in that energy with this low vibrational entity, because I don't do witchcraft. I mean, a lot of people say this is witchcraft, but it's not. I don't do witchcraft. I have experiences with these unseen entities, and I like to share what these experiences are. And and a couple of years ago, two or 3 years ago, Spirit led me to use these after 22 years of being mentally RAPE'd by thousands of these creatures, being so vile in my head while I had to try to hold my life together. I think that's one thing that really pisses them off, when they when they run insanity through your mind, and yet you just take deep breaths and you get to work and you just live and, work your job, pay your bills, feed yourself, take care of your dog, mop the floors, pick up the crap, save the bird, do whatever it is you do, And when you don't feed into the insanity, and you keep yourself employed and housed, and you pay all your bills and your taxes and all, and you don't break any rules, and you don't go to jail, and you don't become an addict or a alcoholic, and you're not out there spinning cookies in the middle of the freeway at 2 a.m. or whatever, I mean, whatever. So they get really mad when you don't buy into the rhetoric, this streamed Hulu channel or whatever that they're trying to download and run through the mental body. When you don't accept the story or the movie as your own life, then it kind of fails. No matter how long they run the movie through your mind, if you don't allow the movie to affect your life, then it pretty much doesn't. Pamela, we got many rare chosen ones. Many. Alrighty then. So planetary system, we got, it seems like some energies are leaving, and I think that that's what that is. They're weak. They need an energy supply. God is cutting them off from feeding on the light source, which is humanity. And so that's kind of a, they're really mad. You know, they're always really low vibrational and their energy is really dense and dark, and it really kind of sucks the light right out of you, you know? But they're mad because they can't get too much. They can't get too much. So anyway, let's dig into it. Let's dig into it. Oh, yes, indeed, Pamela. All right, so in the central energy, what do we got for the collective? The planetary system. What's happening? We got a lot of transitions going on. Well, we got 10 of Cups. So it seems to me that the foundation is being set. So it's being cleared off. It's being set. Total love and support. And we got a lot of low vibrational, angry energies out there that are very upset that the twin flames or these high vibrational people are actually coming together to shine like the sun. And low vibrational entities can't live in that. They need you in south node, suffering energy. And that's why, as I mentioned, when I was sitting there in the darn grocery outlet, and all of a sudden this energy hit me, this angry energy, and I was like, wow. So there's a presence, right? And they're mad because my protector, what are you still doing here, ran through my mind. It's like this entity was so mad that my protector is with me. Thank you, Coop Divine. I love is good, you know. And sometimes it's so weird because, like years ago, when I was in the midst of getting mentally bombarded by all these antagonistic, freaking narcissistic, misogynistic, vampiric, parasitical, rapist, whatever, man. What dost thou know of love? Said one of them. And I'm like, oh, Shakespeare, you're here too. I'm like, haven't you been alive since like the 14 freaking hundreds or something? I mean, what? And it's like, no, I don't know anything about love. I've been alone for centuries. I all by myself. The only thing I know about love is on the inside of me and that which I share with my dog and God, you know? And, you know, the rest of the unseen multiverse, you know, all of my invisible friends, I love them. Oh, yeah, for sure. Well, Coop, that's nice. Alrighty then, so we got the 10 of Cups in the central energy. It seems to me that the foundation is being cleared. It's being prepared for total love and support for these divine unions that have been connected in the 4D, 5D, whatever D, for their physical selves to come together. There has been talk of timeline convergence, and convergence is different than alignment or whatever. Convergence is an actual like blending of timelines, and what is in alignment for whatever that timeline is will be, and what is not in resonance with that will fall away. And this is why it's so important to stay in the North Node energy. Like when I was in the grocery outlet parking lot, and this energy was there, just boom, it was so freaking heavy. Oh, it was heavy. Oh. They are. Well, Pamela, yes, they've been on me night and day too. And it's most specifically over the last now going on 23 years. My doggy is a lucky doggy. Oh yeah, he's old though. I'm going to have to get a new lucky dog soon. All right, well, back to it. We got to get into the challenge position. What's the challenge? So we got the foundation being laid here for divine love. And in the challenge position... All right, let me get some sticky on my thumb there. Hello, Ashley. In the challenge position for the... Okay, whoa, a rebirth, revitalization, restoring happiness. You know, this last cycle was dominated by happiness haters. They thrived on war, on destruction, on domination, on forcing people to do what you're supposed to do rather than just saying, hey, honey, that's a sweet song. Maybe you should sing it, whatever. I don't know, some stuff. Well, we got to get into the more gentle flow of things, I think. I think my doggy's like 16. Oh boy, he was a starving stroke. Oh, and in the subconscious, we've got the star, honey. You got your light on. You've got divine love, 10 of cups in the central energy. In the challenge position, you've got the sun. So there's a rebirth. You're celebrating. You're restoring the vitality and the happiness in the community, and you're revitalizing everything, like healing. Like you're pouring your energy into the water, and you're pouring it onto the land. And look, the stars are all in alignment. Everything's going on. And it's all natural. It's all natural. There's no tricks up your sleeve because you don't have sleeves on. You're not hiding anything from anybody. You're just out there doing what you do because you are that, right? So we've got the star and the sun in a 10 of cups union. So we've got all you light bearing bling blingers are out there getting your light on. That's like the fire, right? The purification by fire. It could just very well be that you're all are coming on and you got your powerful light shining, and it's just burning away density. And that entity that was in the grocery outlet, hello, Kara, parking lot, was so very low vibrational, so very angry, and literally running streams of thought through my mind, like talking to my protector. Why are you still here? You're just to this, you're just to that. And I saw a vision of a woman who I saw a side profile. She had blue skin. It reminded me of Callie Ma, but she had blue skin. She had a short, dark hair with an A-line cut, very chiseled jaw, very beautiful form. And I thought, what's she doing here? So I didn't know if she was some kind of a Hindu lady or something, but she seemed to find it amusing that this low vibrational entity was like being all pissy right there, getting all mad at the protection that was there. Maybe this lady was part of that protection. I don't know, but this entity was really upset. So in the recent past, Queen of Pentacles, head of security. She's supporting whatever endeavor you got going on. She could be offering some kind of protection. She could be yeah. Well, we'll get some more clarification. A working parent. Oopsie, what's that? Chariot. Getting in the car and going. Some kind of victory. So there's a security. So providing financially, nurturing this, taking care of business, wrapping it up. She could be, so what could be happening? Because I've been reading Queen of Pentacles as like head of security. And it looks to me like she is loading up the chariot with whatever she's got going on. Now, she could be loading up the sun and stars, But let's get some more clarification out of that. As far as the eyes can see. Thank you, Terrence. I'm very grateful that you recognize that the messages are coming from God, from the upper divine, from Holy Spirit, and that I'm glad that they're helping you. That was the whole intention of me sharing this with the public, was to hopefully to help them as much as it was helping me. In the near future, woohoo, public recognition. Raw fire. Hi, Rainbow Dragon. Raw fire. Absolutely. Christ power. Hot, hot, hot. Hello. Oopsie. So what do we got here? The lens that's being looked through is you're releasing all that baggage and you're getting out of Dodge. And I just discovered on this card the other day that it's not just a man moving that boat and a woman there kind of keeping warm, but there's a child there too. You know, it could be what? Father, son, mother, mother, father, son. It could be like the Trinity moving on down or moving everybody out. Take it as it resonates. It could mean a whole bunch of stuff. We're going to get some more clarification. A whole year. Thank you, Amy. Thank you. In the environment, what do we got in the environment? We've got the Three of Pentacles. Collaborating, learning something, building something new. Again, it's that triplicity thing, right? The triplicity thing. Huh. Hopes and fears. Oh, well, I'm just going to not take that because that kind of came out weird. Ooh. Oh. Five of Pentacles. What is going on? So is this the power of three? Could this be a group of people that have been working in the night, in some kind of dungeon or whatever against you? Maybe they're doing that. They're afraid they're losing everything. You're leaving them behind. You've got public recognition here. There's a Chariot and the Six of Wands. Wow. So this power of three, it's like they're losing everything and they're upset. You got this Ten of Cups, the Sun, the Star. They're in this head of security, this Queen of Pentacles she's doing something with that Chariot, and it's public recognition, some kind of a victory, and you're leaving baggage behind. So we got a power of three or something here. The people that maybe have been collaborating against you, they're worried about financial loss. Whoa, what's this? But we've got the Hermit here. So we're doing research, shining a light on things. On the illusions, on the confusion that had been cast around the temperance angels with this passion project. With sex, want to sex you up, guys, right? So we got the barrier is up to the magicians that do sex magic and whatnot. And in the community, the King of Swords knows the truth about that business, and he's got that sword up. Ooh, thank you, Pamela. That's so treat. Thank you. Oh, my doggy loves treats. So the King of Swords knows the truth about Gigolo man wanting to come in and sex everybody up, right? This magician wanting to come in and do sex magic on people. And I really think that this was talked about centuries ago when these entities came, these uninvited guests or whatever, and they run into collaborate or something, and it wound up being a collaboration against the daughters of Eden, the sons of Eden, those temperance angels that were here. It's like this passion project or whatever came in, and it's like the temperance angel or the oracle or the prophetess, prophets, somebody was saying, look, they're going to prostitute everybody because they didn't like the idea of marriage, of family. They wanted to do business, right? They wanted to be business partners, and they weren't really focused on family. And I think that an oracle or somebody said something, an empress, somebody said something about it, and it was not taken well. They framed the person for a crime, the mother, and then unalived her and trapped her in as a prisoner of war in this devilish valley of death, whatever. So I think it was mentioned before. So now we've got the guard is up regarding this magician, these passion project sex magicians, because the King of Swords knows the truth about what they've been doing in the community. Okay, so we are making plans for the future regarding the 10 of Pentacles. You could be resting and relaxing, figuring out what you're going to spend all of your beautiful inheritance on that these ones really try to take you out for. Yeah, Ice and Trump suck. They're so bad. This is the end of a cycle for the love of divine feminine, for her love being drained, for the money that they could, exchange the devil for with this process they had going on. Because it's time for responsible hard work. And the wheel is turning on this competition. You've got your swords up. You're like, thou shalt not freaking enter. And we've got justice in a big way. Hot and heavy, passionate justice. The law of cause and effect is bringing about death for those who were abusing you. It was sad. You were timed out? Timed out by Ashley. How did Ashley time Rainbow Dragon out? Who is Ashley? Why is Ashley timing out anybody on my thing here? What we're going to do is we're just going to hide Ashley. Who's Ashley? Don't be doing that, Ashley. I didn't hide Rainbow Dragon. What the hell is this? Who's messing around? All right, we got some stuff going on. We got somebody out there playing moderator on my channel that was not given that privilege. And now Rainbow Dragon has been hidden and I can't unhide him. What the hell is going on here? Who is that person? They're not even on here. I don't see her here. Who is she? What's her wrench? I don't even know who she is. She's not even here. She disappeared or something. She's not here. And now I can't get Rainbow Dragon back. I didn't choose her as a moderator. Yeah, I'm the only one who can choose a moderator. I didn't choose no Ashley as a moderator. And where's Rainbow Dragon? What is she, a YouTube? Is she a YouTube whatever? Well, that's just great. Hold on. Not cool, man. Well, Rainbow Dragon, I am sorry. I'm going to have to get you back later. I'll have to find you on my laptop when we're done with this live. Yeah, Susie, I have to do that. Rainbow Dragon, no, nobody needs to get on my thing and start messing around with my stuff and call it protection. No. So obviously we got Ashley is a hacker. What is she? Is she a copycat of mine or something? Who is she? I don't see her. And why isn't she saying anything? Why isn't she responding? We got holding back. Are you Ashley, Pamela? I don't think you are. All right, so we got the sun here and we got forgiveness. So this person here, without roots, without fruit, without flowers, this person who doesn't produce anything, they're just running around in this beautiful territory of divine union, effing around. So they want forgiveness from the sun. So they want God to forgive them, or the sun, whoever this is. They want forgiveness. They're thinking about the star. They were siphoning the energy of the star and pretending that they actually did the work, that they actually went into the shadows and did the damn work, and they were lying about it. Now they want forgiveness because they've been wearing the energy of this star, hindering the forward movement of this star. They have a network of gatekeeping that harvests the star energy and reward at the gate and gives it to these people who never did the work. They don't have the roots. They can't handle shit. So now they want to stay in the territory because that's a good life, honey. But yeah, you don't have the energy. You didn't do the work. You haven't graduated. You haven't earned the privilege. You don't have the empathy, the compassion. You're just interested in the big wide brim hats and the freaking fancy tight fitting suits, whatever. So we got the Queen of Pentacles there, and we've got unappreciated. Somebody didn't appreciate. So she's dealing with those people that didn't appreciate or whatever. We've got the Chariot here. Somebody's there loading up. Oh wait, this goes right here. So they didn't appreciate the star. They didn't appreciate the beauty that the star had to offer. They just wanted to wear the energy and pretend that they had done the work while throwing this success story back through another recycled stagnancy. They took the reward of the one who did the work, and they took their place here. And now they want forgiveness because they're being held back. Well, F off, you little bitch. Somebody wearing my identity over there in my heaven, taking my place, being a little hoe bag in my freaking little haven, my little haven here, wearing my face, my energy, tapping into my freaking divine being last cycle, and being a hoe bag with a wide brimmed hat. How about that? So unsatisfied. The Queen of Pentacles is unsatisfied with the way things are going. Is Pam, what's going on with Pam? Do we have some bad stuff going on? I feel bad for I feel bad for Rainbow Dragon. That makes me upset. Where is he? And why did that Ashley woman do that? They must be somebody at YouTube. So we've got Chariot and we have mistakes. So somebody wishes they could right their wrongs. They're in the Chariot. The Queen of Pentacles is offering security. She was not happy with the way things were going with these people stealing divine beings' initiation reward. These people who didn't do shit except get up on this witness stand in a courtroom and snort cocaine or whatever right there in front of every freaking buddy and not have anything happen to it. Privileged, yeah. Worthless, didn't earn it. So you got a victory here, and they're going to be feeling your absence. Public recognition. And you're going to be made absent. You're leaving. You're out of here. So 6 of Swords, you're leaving everything behind. We've got unfinished business. We've got the Power of 3 here. In the environment. Excuse me. Neglected. They neglected you. They took everything from you and then neglected you. So they've been doing this magic in the shadows or whatever to neglect you. So they're losing everything now. Whatever they did to you has to be done to them. It's like, you know, they were dumping hate into people. They were gathering in their little groups and they were chanting hate into the mind and the life and the waters of the temples of people. And they were trying to put this nastiness into them so that you would be rejected by your Star Nation family, so that they could wear a little mask and pretend that they were that and get up there with a little nasty hoe bag that never been tested or proven, wearing the damn energy of a tried and tested and proven entity. And you get up there and you what? You fall flat on your effing face because you can't do it. You're unprepared. And everybody suffers the neglect because you can't do it. You're unfit. Damn it. Destiny thieves. They just go out and have reckless sex, do sex magic, tantric. Ugh. Yeah, baby, we're powerful. My God. Freaking pride. Freaking pride. So we got the Hermit there. You got some research going on. I feel like I get over the top a little bit with my energy. Sometimes my apologies. It is what it is though. I'm not doing a performance. I'm authentic and transparent and live. Okay, so we got a new chapter. So we're doing some research here, some soul searching. We're finding out who's who. Do you have roots? Did you actually go into the dark and set your roots? No, these ones did not. They're not capable of managing themselves in extreme energy in these upper dimensional spaces. They want to pretend like they are because, you know, there's money there. But they don't like the beauty. They didn't appreciate the beauty of a sister, friend, a healer. They just want the wealth. They want to be spoiled. They don't want to do the work. They want to be spoiled by somebody who did. Egotistical, lazy, no good for nothing, coming in, doing magic in the night, midnight gremlin, so they can neglect anybody. It's like they neglected you. They failed to give you what you needed. They took everything from you, and then they did magic on it. They probably used sex magic to do it. Came in, got your fluids, got your energy, whatever. Well, now I'm feeling a little mad. Can pull that, oh, you don't, what? don't understand that. That makes me so mad about Rainbow Dragon. I gotta get him back. How can I get him back? I can't do it on this damn phone. Well, I'll get him back. That's just mean. That's mean, Ashley. Why would you get on my page and mess around like that? Freaking. So there's gossip. People are talking. People are talking about this. There's an understanding of what's been going on now. People were detached from their responsible duties regarding family. They didn't want to be there. They could be getting detached because they failed in their responsible duties. They're in regret over effing you over. You've escaped. Maybe they want to escape. They thought it was real funny about what they did to you. They thought it was so funny to leave you there alone and then to gather up all their nasty energy and just fill this space with all that nastiness. While you didn't have no knowledge, no friends, nobody to help you with their little nasty attack. But they could not separate you from love, and you are being reunited with your Star Nation soul tribe and these nasties who wanted to get up there in your home and ruin it for you, and your entire family that you love so greatly is not going. Rat bitch. Go into the damn hellhole and sprout your roots. You know, these people, like, they've been after me. This is a 23rd year. Mental effery, life effery, car accidents, you know, bad freaking things. And I just got so mad that they thought that I thought so little of my life that I would just give it up, you know? They think it's a game because it's not their life they're messing with. But now they're seeing things a little differently because it is their life that's getting messed with. Everything they did is coming back on them. And they blame us for living, for surviving. So we got the 10 of Cups here. Total love and support. We're holding back those who did not grow roots, who do not produce fruit. They're lazy. They just want expensive threads, and they can't do any of the work that's necessary to build and support a solid foundation that is safe and secure for children, for families. They just want to go out there and have a good time and be spoiled as somebody else. Their true colors are seen. They're being held back because their true colors are seen. They have no roots, they have no flowers, they have no fruit. They did not do the work. They're just a greedy, envious, really brutal bitch. Now she wants forgiveness from the sun, from God, for siphoning the light of the daughter of one of the daughters of Eden and dressing up in it like it was her, while the real daughter of Eden was out here getting neglected. I don't have, they keep talking about freaking pity and mercy, and this has been going on for thousands of years. You light-bearing people, you stars and you suns, have been rotated around in this trauma. They've been trapping you at the gate, refusing you your ascension, your initiate ascension, taking all of that, downloading it into this POS, and then giving her your memories and your prize, your authority, all of that shit. And what does she do? She goes in there and she acts like a little freaking Jezebel. And she's a bitch to the children. We're in your damn face and your energy. And they want mercy from the one that they were feeding on, the star that they were feeding on. No, thank you. They didn't appreciate anything about you. They stuck a straw in it and freaking sucked the life out of you. And they didn't care, man. They're happy single. They want the money because the money comes from where families are. And so they freaking parasited themselves deceitfully into another woman's life by holding them back at the freaking crossroads and stealing their husband, their wealth, their life. So they get up there wearing your face and then they act like a whore. They maybe, one of them even had a child and then was a shit mother. And then the star that was buried in this neglect was blamed for it. Yeah. While the bitches were out there talking this, trying to pin that story on you. Me. And now they're feeling like shit. And guess what? Nobody cares. I don't care. I absolutely don't care. It's been thousands of years. Terrence, are you talking to me, sweetheart? So they're feeling like shit. They did not appreciate you. They neglected you. They took all of your life, all of your wealth, your husband, your friends. They stuck you in a family time and time again that was very abusive. And they were tracking you with your social security number or whatever numbering system they gave. And then your tax dollars were going to pay the slave master, most likely. This person who didn't have to work a day in their life because they were getting paid with the work you were doing. They were taking your pay. Oh, thank you for clarifying, Terrence. I wanted to make sure I understood that correctly. So yeah, those people who were not happy with the way things are going, those people who were backstabbing others, and it could very well be that this is this Queen of Pentacles, but I'm thinking that she is head of security dealing with this kind of people. Those people who they weren't satisfied with being a wife, a husband, a mother, you know, building a community, being friends, all of that. They weren't interested in that. They wanted to go be a hoe bag. They wanted to have bright, flashy colors. They wanted to be a star, but you're the star, and the stars support and heal and nurture and bring life to. And all they wanted to do was freaking party and be glamour freaking queen. So they caused pain by cheating on your mate that they stole from you and then framed you as being a effing prostitute. Damn. So they got the chariot there. They made mistakes. They wish they could right their wrongs. I would rather see the entirety of the world destroyed than to let this bitch take my life again. And I can tell you that for sure. Isn't that sad that they turned a very loving person into that? Well, lucky for me, I have light. She only has shadow. I'm feeling real mad right now. I'm telling you, that beast that was in the car when I was in the parking lot at Grocery Outlet, being all mad at my protector, my protection, being so furious, digging into my solar plexus and my heart with this nasty energy, probably this twig or whatever demon she's freaking being puppeted by. We got police station in the reverse. So they wish they could right their wrongs. You didn't get arrested. You didn't get arrested. They said you had gotten arrested. Were they saying that you had they might have said that you had a freaking arrest report or something? These people have been lying forever. Look, you got a public recognition here. You're not who these evil people been trying to portray you as. They've left you alone all this time over and over again, trying to frame you as somebody who didn't find value in family. It's so bad what they did. It's so freaking bad. Cope. So somebody's feeling your absence and they're drinking to cope. They're trying to cope with it. Of course they feel like a part of you is missing. They've been wearing your freaking energy for centuries, playing the game. Oh, I'm a high freaking roller. Look at all these dollars I got. Yeah. Yeah. Oopsie. So you're in your Six of Swords energy. You're releasing that baggage. You're moving on. And we've got unfinished business. There's still some things here to resolve regarding self-love. It could be the mirror, self-talk. So unfinished things to resolve. Like you may need to clear up your personal talk. Like your self-talk. Be more loving towards yourself, because these ones have been running like the Hulu, you know, like Hoodoo, Voodoo, those little stream channels that you can get on your YouTube or whatever, all that stuff. So they stream. We are delicate, organic, original transmitter receivers of the divine. We are a communications device of the heavens. We are rooted in the shadows, we were crowned in the light, and we are here as planetary stabilizers. But we've got this AI system and all of this weird magical crap that they run. They stream soap operas of neglect, of self-loathing, of all kinds of crap through our mind. And unfortunately, because they tamper with the energy as well, and of course we've got wounds and triggers, oftentimes, most of the time, people are wandering around thinking that these thoughts are theirs, and they're just not. So it requires a purposeful, intentional, reformatting of the internal communications. It's really difficult. So the power of three that neglected you, they took all of your light, all of your wealth, your husband, your family, your Star Nation family. They were framing you as a terrorist in your own freaking homeland. Of course they miss you now. They've lost everything. They can't suck off your freaking bank account anymore. They got to go get a job, man. Sweet talk. They might be trying to sweet talk somebody to get in their bed, to get in their life, to get taken care of. Doing the research, the hermits are soul searching. Who has their light on? Who's dressing up in it? Who's got the actual memory? Who can handle the pressure? You can put somebody like this under pressure and they're going to crack in a heartbeat. You can put somebody like this under pressure and the light is going to start glowing brighter. These people are frauds in the greatest degree. You know, it's funny to me how they have this fraud department in the freaking justice system, and you got this kind of crap going on in the leadership of the world and the citizenry that is pledged to them and their otherworldly forces that protect them, right? Dude. Secrets. All right, so you're doing some soul check-ins. You're checking your own soul. You're checking in. You could be trying to reformat your self-talk. You got a new chapter. It is a secret. This new chapter is a secret. You might be getting a little cranky because you might not see that things are happening. Somebody who had a workplace affair is getting readings on a queen bee and her life. There's a jackass and a Jezebel under pressure and doing love spells. But the queen bee is rejecting them. And now they're ashamed. This woman that was trying to replace the queen bee or get all entangled with her energy, yeah, now she's feeling ashamed and she's effed up and losing sleep because whatever the hell they did, it's backfiring on them. And their opportunity to get married is in the effing funeral. Why? Because they were bumping heads in order to download. Oh, your soul value is now mine, just from a reckless sexual encounter. So they bumped heads and they downloaded all of your karmic lessons and pretended that they did it, but they never did. And they replaced you because they had the magic and the way to mask themselves, to walk in the energy, to harvest it. They got the magicians, the sorcerers on their side, and they've been doing these sacrifice crap for centuries, stealing lives. So you are praying, you're faithful, and this thug is out there drinking. They tried to frame you as being that, but you're sitting here like, man, you're just transmuting all this crap they kept dumping into you. They wanted to take credit for your karmic lesson. You stayed in prayer. You meditated. You built relationship with the Most High God inside that universe. It's inside, right? And then you got this thug out there trying to frame you as this. They wanted that little Jezebel copycat to be seen as you and to take your marriage. We're closing the cycle where this spiritual thief feeds on the initiate ascension reward of the stars and the suns. This is a false gatekeeper. This is a wizard, a sorcerer, pretending to be a spiritual or a religious person, and they have been snatching people's initiate rewards and ascension at the gate that they stole the authority of from an initiate, a sacrificed initiate. They stepped into the role that never belonged to them. They're just a big, bad tyrant, dominator, red rumming, mafia, intergalactic, freaking slave trading thief. Rat bastard. And now Divine Feminine is turning her back on all of these third party, no strings attached bullshit artists. She's like, get the F out of here. Go play in some other freaking universe, you psycho. Go away. Goodbye. Go away, psycho. So Divine Masculine, after all of this time, I guess, has realized that it was true. The prophetess or the oracle all those thousands of years ago, when she said they're going to prostitute everybody, it was true, and here we are, and now we got Divine Masculine saying goodbye to the fake, busy, mirror magicians and their Jezebel little puppets. It was real fun while it lasted, I guess, because they were using the I love you marriage contracts to trap divine feminines. Centuries, round and round, in a freaking side hustle where they were siphoning your energy, your love, and then brutalizing you, leaving you, abandoning you, taking everything from you, and then slandering you and treating you like shit when it was all your stuff that was making their life worthwhile. They are being blocked, and there's legal matters. They have bad credit. They got a lot of criminal things coming at them. Criminal paternity. These guys were fertilizing, like women like would go donate their eggs, and these men in other countries and stuff are fertilizing these eggs, and they were creating espionage agents and all of this shit. And because of the DNA, they had access to spiritual Star Nation families, soul tribes, and it was so much more serious than anybody ever took it, man. And this is affecting the universe, and people are like, boom. So you got all these babies out there that this sperm, whatever, fertilized all these eggs. They got bad credit. They've been taking the spiritual inheritance out of these women's soul tribe family. It's crazy how freaking reckless people are. You are free of those people, of this contract in the past. The memory of that pop the question bullshit, yeah, you're free of that. You're letting it go, you're moving on, and they're not happy because they're getting separated from the twin flames, from the true twin flames, the stars and the suns right here. The stars seem to be the women, and the sons seem to be the men. And you've got this person here wanting forgiveness for faking it. They're not the real deal. They didn't want to get married. They just wanted the money that came with it. They wanted the atmosphere of divine love, but they didn't want to be divine love. They are not divine love. They just wanted the atmosphere of it. It's sick. So they're being separated out from the true twin flames. These ones, they're not happy. They're being blocked. Look. They're being separated out from the true twin flames. The true stars and suns. This is what they are. Very low vibrational. They don't have anything to offer a divine, total loving and supportive territory. They just don't. So now, look, they're running. They're running away from family. Or they're running because family is getting their wish, or you're getting your wish. You finally get to come together with your true twin flame. But you got these fake people, these pod people, these exact duplicates, these people that aren't really human, but they look very much similar. You can't really tell them apart, except that they don't have a chakra system. They don't have source connection. They're not humans, and they're in their feelings. They're having a heartbreak over your spiritual gifts. You are the beloved child of the Most High God. It's very obvious that you've got your shine on. You belong to this family, but these others who have been hijacking your identity for centuries, they don't. So this is you, and this is them. They were faking it. They wanted to have lots of sex, and they wanted to have lots of foo-foo drinks, and they wanted to have your face. But they are a sex addict. They have to upload or download sexual energy or any kind of energy in order to keep themselves from decomposing, because they're a pod person. They're a copycat. They don't have the roots or the crown. They stole the crown, but they don't have the roots. They never reached for the sky, and they never did any work. They just effed and loved people and hated people in romance. Love-hate situation, shady mask wearing, lying, POS, trying to get on your damn GPS. And we got some bad news for the trickster here. Phony, because it's too damn late for them to make it right. It's too late for them to make it right. Divine masculine is fed up with this arrogant SOB demanding that it has to be his way. They're in a shitstorm or a firestorm of karma for leaving you hanging. They left you hanging. Shocking news for the one wearing your face. They love the fact that you did all this work, you survived an impossible, according to them, life path. You didn't know your name, you didn't know your lineage, you didn't know what to do to protect yourself. You had no friends, you had no family, you had nothing. And you still survived the brutality of this collective shitting on your head while you were in the deepest, darkest, fire-filled hellhole ever. And they wanted to take your ascension, your initiate ascension reward. They wanted this rootless sex addict, harvesting, decomposing little bitch, wanted to pretend that they had the capacity and the capability of a divine feminine who actually earned the right to be here. She's not giving it up that easy, hoe bag. Her life isn't a joke. I don't feel very nice about it. I don't have to be nice about it. I just don't. This identity theft, this life disruption, this soul-shattering intrusion is unforgivable. No mercy from me. Don't effing say my name. I'm so sick of hearing it. Stop calling my name. This mirror needs a miracle. This clown mirror needs a miracle. It was a performance. It was a poor performance. But their true colors are seen. And now this clown, this performer, this mirror of you needs a miracle. They're hoping to get forgiven and to be allowed to remain. They need forgiveness from the sun, which is the divine masculine. They need forgiveness because they got in there, but they were just a little Jezebel hoe bag. They weren't serious about having a family. They didn't know, they didn't have any roots, man. They can't pour life into a family unit when there's no life in them. They don't have any roots. They can't pull up any nourishment from the mother. They don't have a crown. They were not ever able to produce fruit. This is not a tree. It's not even a tree, man. It's a freaking little branch off of a tree. And they're up there in this divine space, this territory, mimicking a divine feminine who has the depths and the heights and everything necessary to make it stable. You got this freaking clown in there causing havoc in your homeland of your Star Nation family, wearing your face, sleeping with your husband. Oh, yeah. You've solved the puzzle. You surviving, star, the original organic star that was rooted deeply and crowned highly, a soprano, a high value gatekeeper. This rootless, fruitless clown was playing the role. I don't care if they're mad. I don't have to be respectful to somebody who destroyed my life. Mystery, an illusion, a freaking mystery. They're feeling like shit. They're feeling like shit. Your miraculous recovery, your revitalization proves that they didn't appreciate the beauty of you at all. They're feeling like shit because you have solved the mystery. You survived. Even though they shut you down in every way they could, they stole everyone who ever supported you, ever cared about you, ever loved you, and they took your memory and scrambled your mind and took away every ounce of knowledge that you had. And if you were like me, you were raised in the wilderness with neighbors 12 miles away with nobody to talk to except a dog while they were spending your wealth. And please do remember that this story time is not going to be for everybody. So don't make it fit if it doesn't, okay? So the Queen of Pentacles is here. We've got unsatisfied with the way things were going, with this backstabbing, this deception. So we've got eternal regret. Somebody is in eternal regret over this backstabbing, because when you sang your song, when you fortified your union with the divine, you were recognized, identifiable, and now your protection is committed, devoted. And they're not walking away, no matter how many low vibrational, mean monsters that are working for this gal coming up trying to harass you. We got a chariot there. You're not going to the police station. Somebody made mistakes. You didn't go to the police station. Somebody's in their chariot. They don't want to get arrested. They made some mistakes. They got out of jail. You didn't get arrested. The apple. They made mistakes. You didn't get arrested. There's a driving, there's a chariot. So somebody's what? Somebody backstabbed you. Somebody was trying to play games. There's a chariot. We got police station in the reverse. You didn't get arrested. You didn't get pulled over. You know, I heard these adversaries talking about doing 80 miles per hour and then getting pulled over with paraphernalia. So it could very well be that was the plan, that they wanted to work a magic trick to make something like that happen for you, and they made mistakes. And it didn't happen. It didn't happen. And then I heard that there was a woman, this woman, she substituted an ingredient. She was told exactly what she needed to use, and apparently she substituted an ingredient. So you did not get pulled over. You did not get caught with some kind of paraphernalia, which I'm guessing must be like cannabis or whatever, because that's what it is, I think, isn't it? I don't know. Anyway, you're an apple. You're this beautiful daughter of Eden that they've been consuming for centuries. And now they're feeling like shit because you have a miraculous recovery and you're identifiable. You've got a public recognition. People know you for who you are, and they're feeling your absence, and they're drinking to cope. Of course they're drinking to cope, because that's all they ever did, man. There was one of these gals in my position in this space, alcoholic, having a kid, being a bad mother. They tried, some broad got on my YouTube channel and accused me of being a bad mother, saying that I had a child, that I found it was more important to go to an AA meeting than be to my kid's birthday party. What the F are you talking about? These women, they're over there living a life pretending that it's mine, and it's not. And you got all these whacked out weirdos spinning freaking stories, man. They got a freaking mind parasite or something. They wind up believing this crap. Snake. A freaking snake is drinking to cope because you've got public recognition and they've got to leave you alone. They're feeling your absence. They can't tap into your energy anymore. So they're upset. So we've got the Six of Swords here, getting in there, moving away. We got some unfinished business regarding self-love. It could very well be that you need to, that maybe you're thinking about opening a business to teach coping skills or whatever, like youth. I think that all youth should definitely learn meditation skills and how to identify and address different emotional circumstances. Absolutely. So that by the time they grow into an adult, they have some coping skills. So positive self-talk is the key. Self-love is the key. The reason that this star survived when the whole world was taking a big shit on their head was because they went inside and chose to love the inner divine, to treat them well. Regardless of what you think about the personality, the inner divine deserves it. And that's the key. That's the key to surviving low vibrational magic tricks coming along paired with a whole lot of neglect, a whole lot of abuse, a whole lot of torturous, freaking shameful behaviors, and now they miss you. Oh, I'll miss you. Yes, they neglected you so badly, but they miss you, right? They really miss you. They didn't appreciate you at all, took big shits on your head, but they miss you. Right? Of course. Not everybody got a golden toilet. They miss their rose. Oh, isn't that terrible? Isn't that terrible? The power of 3 that neglected you and used you as a street exhibit, a profit system, pure rose material. They miss you, Rose. They miss the wealth. They miss the starlight. They miss the energy. They're in a total, their natural state. This is their natural state. No roots, no flowers, no fruit, no nothing. This isn't even a tree. This is a branch. And somehow they did a magic trick to make everybody believe that it actually had roots and grew fruit. Isn't that something? While you, the real one, were being abused by all of those nasty freaking clowns that she was loyal to, stealing your initiation, ascension reward, lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. They took your honor away from you. And then called you a peasant, called you a prostitute, and then beat you up all the way along using all their little boy toys to come in and freaking make promises and then break them, backstab you, deceive you, mind games, love bombing, pain from cheating, infidelity. They loved that low vibrational energy. And there's photographs. There could be some photographs. So there's history, sweet talk in the history. These egotistical people were luring people in with sweet talk, making promises. Oh, lifetime love, honey. Oh, yeah. So you're doing your research on the soul, those things that they did, and whether or not they can be permitted in the territory. You got a new chapter here, a new thing coming up, and it's a secret. It's a secret. We're going through a change here. The sun is setting on the previous chapter, and we're transforming into a new chapter. There is a change here. There could be a change with the sunset. I mean, maybe the sun isn't going to set anymore. Maybe if we move into this new timeline, this new heavenly space, this paradise, maybe the sun isn't going to set. Like maybe the light will never go out. The light of the suns and the stars will not go out. I mean, it could just very well be that the lost loved one, memories, elders, transformation, newborn. Thank you, Pamela. That's sweet. So there's a newborn. There's a newborn transformation. So ghost, coast to coast. Where attention goes, energy flows, and there's been a lot of people in this previous chapter that worshipped the dead, and they dedicated their life force to the dead. They animated clone bodies by agreeing to sexual contracts with the dead in these cloned bodies, these animated dead bodies. So they fed the dead their life, and they dedicated their life to the dead. So yeah, you can certainly do that if you want. Lots of people did. It wasn't God's plan. I really despise people who try to tell me what it is God hates. God walks with me. If he hated what I'm doing, he certainly would not be here with me. People suck sometimes. All right, so the sun is setting, the night is falling on the previous chapter. The new chapter is here. It is a secret, and it will be an evolution, a transformation, a newborn life. The actual sunset could change. The actual sunset could change. Now, one of the things that I saw while I was sitting in the parking lot at Grocery Outlet with this low vibrational entity, furious that my protection was still present, I saw briefly that face of that blue woman, which reminded me of India's Kali Ma, I think. And it was interesting. It could very well be that there are other solar systems, Star Nation. There's Star Nation soul tribes, and it could very well be that you've been accepted into a different soul tribe. Like maybe there has been a union between tribes. I don't know. Take it as it resonates. I've heard that this star is a unifier. So we're letting go. Oh, what in the heck? You're gonna surrender. Okay, so you've been single for a long time, independent, isolated, getting the job done, right? And it's time to let go, to release that lifestyle, and to be open to an encounter. Meeting by chance, love at first sight, a crush. You're leveling up. You're getting an apartment. You, the star and the sun are coming together. No more will the rootless, fruitless people be permitted to gain access to your wealth, which is your soul value, because they've been downloading it and just reckless sexing it all over the freaking planet, man. Filthying up your energetic signature. We're supposed to be here strengthening our bond to the creator of all that is, and then adding value to our soul so that we can bring that wealth back to our Star Nation soul tribe. And these characters have been down here effing around like it's a freaking game. It's ridiculous. Now they're running away because you have the natural talent. Look, divine timing. It's all activated. You were born with talent and it was obvious, but they kept you buried, but you didn't stay there. You had this miraculous recovery and you got your freaking shine on, and now everybody's feeling like crap because they can't touch you anymore. These addicts, they're addicted to your energy, and now they're drinking, trying to numb the pain of your absence. Again, they're out here, the snake is drinking to try to deal with your absence. They can't touch your energy anymore, and they're mad. Look. This is your home here. This is your haven. The garden, right? The land, the beautiful garden. And these shadow people were busting in. They wanted to reverse everything and stick you here. But you remained firm in the face of this forgotten person who had been constantly over and backing, sacrificing you, and then playing in the light with another person. Freaking taboo, man. It was crime. It was criminal. So those folks are out because you are reconciled with your twin flame. And these people who were tormenting you are being made silent. They're breaking up. They got to go through the torment that they put you through. And there's been a lot of investigation as to what that was. And you're getting what you wished for, what you had hoped for. This third party bullshit is going to be stopped. Those who gambled with you miss you. Of course they do. Because it's an empty room. You're no longer sleeping with them, giving them your energy. You're using your intuition. You know that they're having money problems and they need to tap in, right? They see you as an animal, a chattel, a tagged cow that they can come and draw energy off of anytime they want to. They see, look, this is trash, man. This is a lifestyle they want you in, but you're a fierce, independent woman or man. Take it as it resonates. You took the lead in your life. You've taken the initiative in your life. You get it done. You get it freaking done. The only thing they proved was that their presence wasn't necessary. This uninvited guest. You found the hidden truth. There could be some kind of messages here. The crown, the master, the top level, and apparently you are upper echelon. You're getting a new beginning. This is divine intervention, serendipity, a catalyst. Your survival is the catalyst that makes this happen, Rose. They tried to sacrifice you again and you did not die. Or maybe you did, but you were resurrected by God, given authority by God, and you've got these nasties out here trying to gatekeep you, and God's listening. You who are bringing balance, you're balancing the scales, you're serendipity, you're the catalyst. You did not stay dead this time. God resurrected you. You were innocent. And they tried to put you back into a hellhole. And Osiris said, excuse me, We got a whole freaking heaven in there, like entire universes. What do you got going on? So, I guess they made a deal. I guess God, so this is the unifier, right? The rose is the unifier. The under, which said, hey, there's a heaven in here. And then the upper that said, hey, thanks, Osiris. And so the tree stands fiercely independent, light and shadow, stable, bringing that stability to this space in which this person is getting evicted because they're not the truth. This clown cannot withstand the pressure that is necessary to fill your shoes. You are a walking freaking miracle. Not this person. It's so freaking disgusting that this clown would try to take your place and actually walk in your shoes when those freaking roots are necessary for the stability of this foundation. And you got clowns out there playing games like it's a joke. Like it's a freaking joke. Like life is just a joke. Damn, I get mad when I tap into this. Oopsie. Well, a concubine clown is not a real wife, but a concubine clown can certainly mess up the energy of the real wife. For sure. The powerful potency and the purity. Oh yeah, she can F that up real good. Oh, shoot. I didn't pull cards from my favorite deck. Oh, we got to get a card in from this. So somebody told me the other day, I was on for 3.5 hours, I guess. I did not know that. Who's a liar, Jacqueline? Hello, Shirley from Australia. Hello, Blue Cloud from Port Macquarie. You know, anytime somebody comes onto your page and hello, oh no, where'd you go? 4 hours and 5 minutes. Oh my goodness. Well, I get carried away sometimes. My apologies, everybody. Please check out and check in if it gets too long. So, 10 of Cups, we've got this, the rootless, fruitless feminines are seen, their true colors are seen. They're seen as a clown. This is a performance. They were camouflaging themselves in the energy of an actual rose. They were mirroring them. They're looking for a miracle from Casanova. They need Casanova to send them a miracle. So Casanova and this little gal here, this little clown, they're having a whole big problem. They're having a whole big problem. This little gal here needs the clown Casanova to bring in a miracle. It's just not working. Oh my gosh, they wanted revenge. Maybe they're getting revenge or being delivered to them. They're challenged by this son. They need forgiveness. They didn't want to be married, and you solved the puzzle. You saw that this was a rootless, fruitless mimicker in your high vibrational upper dimensional territory, just playing games, spending money, effing around, being a low vibrational hoe bag, wearing somebody else's face and identity in their authority, failing extremely at the job because they are not qualified. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Well, I figure it's okay to be a little passionate. I'm tapped into this energy and it's nasty. I get tired of it. We're getting a new beginning. You solved the puzzle of what was going on. Why are these females acting like whores? Well, because they are. They're freaking Jezebel, copycat, hoe bag, freaking clones dressing up in the life force energy of an actual star. Yes. They were happy being single. They didn't want to get married. They just wanted the money, and they needed access into this upper dimensional space to bring infidelity, chaos, and a total annihilation of any family tree that was there, to absorb the wealth and then take over the territory. We're getting a new beginning. The star survived, which means that answers are available. So not only is the star a member of the territory now, the star is an honorary member. And not only is the star an honorary member of this territory, this star who survived the last sacrifice, which screwed up everything for these people because the shine is there, God sees them, and so does Osiris. Everybody knows who this person is, the upper, the under, everybody knows. And so this person that doesn't have roots or fruit, they're seeing very clearly. And they're like, oh, crap. Feeling like crap. They didn't appreciate beauty at all. They didn't care about it at all. It was the mystery. They didn't care. They didn't go through the process. They didn't go into the shadow and then have to find love for life and then work it so that it could be strong within themselves and in their environment. They didn't do any of that. They were incapable of being in this place. All they had was an attitude. And you know what's funny? Is that the masculine that sacrificed this star said, I didn't have a choice. She had an attitude. She had an attitude because she didn't want to do this kind of stuff. So they unalived her. And then they tried to do it again, but she lived. God said, not this time. Not this time, a-hole. You're going in the shredder is where you're going, clown. Going in the damn shredder, clown. How about that? You like that? So the Queen of Pentacles is here. I really feel that this is like the mother-in-law of your actual person here. And she's fed up with this little twit as well. So unsatisfied with the way things are going, this backstabbing, pain, cheating, deception, mind games, love bombing, somebody is having eternal regret because you sang your song. You sang your soul song. You were out there, and look at that. Obviously, your wings are white. You're just out there singing your song. And now your person can see you very clearly. I heard an adversarial, whatever, talking about a female that had been lip syncing to some videos, perhaps to some music, whatever. They're lip syncing, and she just can't get it right. So they got a clone. They got some little devil entity inhabiting it, and they're lip syncing to somebody else's music or videos or whatever is going on. They're just not, though, look, help. Crying out for support. Help arrives from unexpected quarters. Myself, I was praying here for a long time, 23 years. I'm going on the 23rd year. So 22 years before help arrived. I was praying here. I went to many different churches, many different people, metaphysics. I went everywhere, man. I went to many churches, many different things, seeking help. 23 years is a long time to try to figure out what to do when you're burdened like this. So you cried out for help, and I did. I finally extended. I'm like, well, nobody's answering here. I got to reach out to the edges of the multiverse, man. I got to get real freaking loud, right? And so I did. And then invisible forces of help showed up to guide through troubled waters. How about that? Very committed. I got a chariot here. You could have been in your chariot. This person who backstabbed you, or maybe they're in eternal regret for trying to cause you to get into an accident or to get pulled over by the police. You didn't get arrested. Somebody's in a chariot. You could have had a victory over some sort. You didn't get arrested. They made mistakes. She substituted some kind of an ingredient in her little magic potion, and the apple did not get pulled over and did not get arrested. And they're not going to have a happy ending. Whoever this is, they're not going to have a happy ending because you didn't get arrested. They could not get you in the jail system. That's one of their things. Once they get you in the prison system or the jail system, they can do whatever they want because you're a prisoner. They can come in and inject you, feed you, do whatever. Your life is theirs when you're in there. And nobody will know the difference. They're not going to get a happy ending because you did not get arrested. You did not get busted doing 80 miles an hour and smoking crack or whatever in your car. You didn't do any of that stuff. So you got a victory here, and it's a public victory. You're not a freaking druggie. You're not out there doing crazy shit, but this snake is out there drinking to cope with your absence. They can't tap into you anymore. You're out of here. They can't trap you. They tried to do this magic spell to get you pulled over by the police and caught with some paraphernalia of some sort. I don't know what they're thinking of. I mean, the only thing I could think of is cannabis, but because it's legal, but I don't know. Anyway, they're drinking because you didn't get pulled over and you didn't get arrested. You're going to be rich. You're getting your life of luxury. This snake is drinking to cope because you are no longer in their life. They cannot pull off of you. This could very well be somebody who appears to be successful because they've been in this gatekeeper harvesting initiate ascension gifts program of get rich quick scheme for some time. They felt unstoppable. Now they're drinking. They're in spiritual scarcity. They got distracted by the high life, by all those little flowers that they could just steal and then tag and then pull off of the cord energy for a long time. Oh yes, they love those little pizzas, don't they? These filthy snakes. So you're leaving that baggage behind. There's unfinished business here. The self-love is the key. Self-love is the key. And I'm not talking egotistical bullshit artistry. I'm talking about looking in the mirror, recognizing the God and the goddess within you, the inner divine of your star nation's soul tribe, and loving them. Building that connection, recognizing that you're not here alone. The whole freaking world of AI, cyborg, clone, whatever, can hate you. But that inner divine is always going to love you. And so this is where it's at. And people say, loving self is selfish. Self-care is selfish. Well, no, it's not, because it's not necessarily just self-care. It's loving what you see inside of yourself. And sometimes it takes a tragedy to find it. You know? We get distracted when in our youth we get caught up with this stupid manipulation program system, and we get caught up in what? Alcohol, within these entanglements, and we don't focus on the key, which is self-love, until somebody tries to destroy our life, our world, take it from us. And then all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute, I actually want to live, man. And I'm not just going to give you I'm not just going to step back and freaking take myself out for your pleasure. Oh no. That's wild. Peeping. So people are peeping. So you've got somebody spying on your internet. They could be here right now. Somebody called me a liar, whatever. Yeah, whatever. So it's one of those about the rootless, fruitless, whatever. They're peeping, they're spying. This power of three that took stuff from you and neglected others. They took from them their light, their wealth, their abundance, and then they neglected them. They didn't work for nothing. They just came and got an entanglement and then drained them of whatever. Now they miss you, street exhibit, you beautiful rose, you beautiful trump card. Oh, and they're not going to get a contract. They're not getting another contract. There's no contract with the divine beings. God said this was the end of their relationship with batteries. And what do they think a battery is? They think it's the sun, and they think it's the star. They think it is the energy of a divine being. They're not going to get any more opportunities for any more contracts unless they can survive the impossible pathway that they thought they had you buried on forever. If they can survive that, they'll be coming right up and be accepted as the, what do they call that? The N-word? What are you talking about, Levi? What's the N-word? What do you mean, why you should ask me why I should leave? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Oh, they don't have a secret weapon anymore. They lost their secret weapon, which was you, son, which was you, star. They lost their secret weapon. The rootless, fruitless branch of a dead tree lost their secret weapon. It was you. So we're searching souls and we're keeping secret this new chapter. The sun is setting on the old and we are being transformed, evolved, evolution. Our bodies might not even be the same when we're done with this. I heard that like loose skin was going to tighten up. Like there's going to be some kind of an age regression thing. Well, God doesn't use me as a gift. That's where it was coming from. I was feeling the energy. So yeah, we got some people here in the chat that are trying to push out some energy. It's interesting. They're malfunctioning because your channel's getting promoted. Your clairs, your channel, your ability to channel information is getting promoted, and that means somebody else is malfunctioning because they never had the roots. This crown never belonged to them. It wasn't theirs, man. They had wrapped the crowns in red cloth and then cursed them, and then intercepted, like there's a stream of satellite information, right, being pumped into the head, this Wi-Fi Microsoft streaming of this soap opera of self-loathing, nobody loves me, everybody hates me, whatever, bad stuff, all the way in the head. So there's a satellites, and the way I look at it is like the Milky Way. You see this Milky Way, and it's all just these little satellites, these little communications devices, and they're like right there, all this stuff being pumped into your head. Well, you had to worm your way up through that into the freaking upper levels, and then you had to get your messaging right. So your channel, you made it up through the interference into the actual divine channel, and now this one that was wearing a crown that did not belong to them is starting to malfunction. They're starting to malfunction because it's obvious that you are the one that belongs here. Casanova, the clown, Casanova had his woman here, this Jezebel, this copycat. So their favorite weapon of war is relationship, and they send in their moles, their espionage agents, and they act as wives or husbands, and then they decide or do, their mission is to destroy your family tree, and not only your family tree, all of the family trees, and then claim the territory, and then terraform it, and then mad scientists alter, CRISPR, do whatever to allow whatever their idea of life deserved to be there. Crazy. You are the gift. You are a fierce, independent woman. You were the gift. And not only were you the gift, you had the gift to give them. And they made you do it all by yourself. You were there to share with them. And they made you do it all by yourself. They had this false flame made an unfair assessment of your capacity. They looked at you and they judged you as a failure, dime a dozen, wet hole for a bang once in a while, and that's all they saw. Because they're so extremely limited. They're a false flame. There's no sun in them. There's no light in them. There's no source connection to them. They can't see potential because they have no potential. So they wrote you off. And now they're being warned about mimicking the soul value of others with this stupid infidelity, third-party, teddy bear boy routine. Get a damn job and be a man. You're getting, Divine Feminine is getting an unexpected surprise. And this is an unexpected event for those who have been exploiting families. This is bad news. You broke through. You broke through into this divine territory as the true you. Your gifts, your energy, this powerful dark and this powerful light that none of these entities in their whole collaboration of sorcerers could destroy. That energy has broken through into the actual territory of your Star Nation family, and you're delivering a fatal blow to those copycats, those implants, those moles, those espionage agents, those uninvited guests, those aliens masquerading as humans, whatever, you're delivering a fatal blow, because your ability to yield to the pressure, to the pain, and then bounce back stronger than ever, your ability to bend without breaking, you're the planetary stabilizer. What did they think? Because you're so sweet and so precious and so innocent looking that you weren't a great powerhouse? They treated you like shit. Now they're overloaded, man. Stuck in a routine that hampers their productivity. They're drinking, they're fighting, they're arguing, they're having all kinds of negative thoughts that they wanted to be spinning in your head. And they missed their deadline for a sacrifice. They missed their deadline to sacrifice this twin flame for sudden wealth. What an ass. Petty gains. They were going after your honor. They wanted to sacrifice you to a devil for a portion of your honor. They wanted to dress up in it. Oh my God. They were spreading rumors about you, making false videos in the digital system. They got some little clown, this little rootless, fruitless Jezebel out there making what? What's she doing? Soft porn or something? Wearing your face? They abandoned you. They undervalued love. Love is the key. And not just love for other people, but self-love. Because self-love means you recognize the inner divine and that connection with your Star Nation soul tribe. God, Goddess, Mother, Father. You've escaped this bullshit artistry, and now there's a celebration across the distances. You're coming home. It's like you're saving. It's like you're being saved. You're being protected. Every reward, every blessing that God is giving to you is coming into this territory. This territory where this person was just there playing, right? Making small offerings to the women. Like, okay, so the actual stars, this guy was coming in like, woo, high roller, baby. Yeah, let's get it on. Why? And then, so they make a small offering, and then there you are. And then what? They're going to freaking prison is what they're going to do. Because they were hijacking the value of souls belonging to the Most High God's family. Boom. So you're going to reach out first. Divine Feminine is going to be reaching out first. We've got a bunch of astral projectionists, these spies, these unseen spies. They know where you are. They know what you look like. They know where you hang out. They know what you like to do. They hope that they can get there and then slyly introduce themselves as a stranger and get a commitment and tap that soul value, right? You're reaching out first. They cannot do that anymore. They're getting an ultimatum for stalking you, trapping you. So they stalk people invisibly. Then they premeditatedly target somebody. They already know what they're going to do with the soul. They come in, introduce themselves as some stranger. Oh, I like you. And then they pretend like they already know everything that you like, and they like everything you like too. And that's only because they've been spying on you for the last freaking 4 centuries or whatever. They need somebody to save their damn life, and danger is approaching, and we're going through a digital detox, and the answer is no. These social mask wearers, these false people, these important, like whatever, you know, I am a politician, yeah, who allows human trafficking for centuries. They're getting rejected. Your distant twin flame here is revealing or has hidden riches. Your distant twin flame may have hidden riches. They're there. They're right here coming for you. Somebody took a gamble with you, made you push that love up that hill, drained you. And this could be your person too. Like your distant twin flame might be coming into their hidden powers. The sun here might be coming into his hidden powers. The trump card, that's what they call the boys' sacrifices, is trump cards, and they call the girls roses. So your distant twin flame was a trump card, and he's now coming online with all of these extra gifts that these people, see, they were doing the same to him as they were doing to you. They were trapping you, throwing your love in the trash, took a big gamble, decided to make you push the love for their entire tribe up that hill while pulling off of you every single thing that you needed to get it done. They thought it was great to manipulate you, to introduce alcohol, to introduce all of these negative influences. This person married you sometime past, probably in the spirit, if not in the 3D. But then they, rather than show up and protect and guide and guard and support, they introduced drugs, alcohol, infidelity, one-night stands, reckless behaviors. They drove you. Once they got that connection to your consciousness, to your mind, they drove you. And then they tried to frame you as being that. Walls are closing in on those who chased quick gains by consuming the life force of their contracted wives or husbands. It's impossible to reverse the bullshit, scheming, siphoning lifestyle that they've been enjoying, and their Jezebel friend is choking them out now because it didn't work out. Family ties are now being guided from above. God has got his hand right in there, and this rootless, fruitless POS is not going to come in and take the place of a freaking divine being ever again. These people who worshipped money over the purity of your freaking love are being condemned. They certainly aren't going to be covered by your sacrifice, by your love. You're moving into a new destiny. You're getting a new family tree, and they shall not step on it. They shall not tear down this tree. Those who were comparing wallets and energies and material wealth and all of that, they're trapped. There's no exit. They're done. They wanted you to be seen as that, and they wanted you to be trapped here while they went up and then spent your freaking initiate ascension reward. Fortunately, there's been a problem. There's been some kind of a mystery as to why all of the women are freaking whores and why all the men don't want to get married. They just want to be a freaking leaky freaking stiffy and stick it in whatever they want. It's gross, man. How y'all doing? Shall I pull another card? Shall I pull another card? Are you getting tired yet? All right then, so we're gonna go ahead and pull another card. Oh, I tore it. Oh no, I tore my card. Oh no. I'm gonna have to fix it. Okay, well, let's get one of these. Let's get one of these. Aw, I love you too. Love is good. Love is good. But you know what I was thinking? I thought, gosh, you know, it is really hard to define love. It's just one of those things. It's one of those never-ending topics that can always be added to. It's just a strange thing. Love, what card got ripped? That would be the academic. So the academic card got ripped. So, I mean, it could, oh, okay. And then the card right under it was privilege. So it could be that those who had been using knowledge, secret knowledge, this weird, whacked, caparot, destiny swapping, identity thief, kind of magical sorcery or whatever. It could be that those who have had privilege because of that, maybe they're losing it. Maybe that's why that card was torn. The love boat. Oh, baby. I don't know all the song. All right, so you got the 10 of Cups. We got total love and support. That means we're not having no fruitless, rootless, Jezebel copycats in there. Your true colors are seen. Casanova is a clown. Casanova is a damn clown. And he and his Jezebel gal they're distracted right now. Their true colors are seen. They can't hide it anymore. They're seen as a clown. A copycat, freaking identity thief, an actor, an actress, a clown, a pretender. A freaking tender is what they are. They're upset. They're getting held back. They didn't want to be emotionally vulnerable. They were easily distracted by a pretty little butt cheek or whatever. Masculine or feminine, that probably didn't matter. They were unable to stay loyal. And this 10 of Cups is total love and support. Casanova and rootless, fruitless Jezebels do not belong in this territory. They just don't. But they have been taking over in that territory, and they've been destroying family trees and spending wealth like there was no tomorrow. What? Indian bullshit question. What the heck is that, Omega? I heard those BBLs stink. Who's a troll? This love boat person? Oops. Illusion. Jezebel has been freaking doing mirror magic in order to gain access to the total love and support territory. She is showing her true colors, okay? All right, well, yeah, it was mirror magic, man. She doesn't have any roots or flowers. She can't produce any light on her own. She does not produce light on her own. She only reflects the light of this one that was trapped. You're getting a new beginning. The sun is here, which I think is the masculine. So, and this person is having trouble or challenged by they want forgiveness from this divine masculine. They were happy being single. They wanted to be a Jezebel, but they wanted to come up into this total love and support kingdom and then dress in the fancy clothes and have the new cars and the big perfume freaking business or whatever. I don't know, the special stuff. But you're balanced. You're balanced. So your balance has offered you an opportunity to solve the puzzle of the mystery of these folks doing that. I mean, they're so perfect. They're damn near perfect copies. They smell good. They probably taste good because they have all that access and they don't have to work. So they work out, right? They go to the gym. They don't have to work 9 to 5. They don't have to work double shifts. They don't have to spend more time working than they get to do whatever it is that they get to do with their family. They don't want family. They just want to go have fun, be lazy, be a bitch to these people who are actually out here shining. Now they're feeling like shit. They didn't appreciate any of the beauty that is you, and they don't appreciate beauty at all. This mystery, this illusion is going in the shredder. This pattern, this practice, they will no longer be dominating the suns and the stars with this stupid magic. These academics. So the Queen of Pentacles is the head of security. She's not satisfied with this deception, this mind game. There's eternal regret here that your soul song was sung, that you're loyal to God, that you pray, and you've got a commitment here, a pledge, a promise. Your cries for help were answered from unexpected quarters, and you're flying away. You're flying above this business. So unexpected quarters. We've got a Chariot here. Somebody, this eternal regret for trying to get you pulled over and arrested with some kind of paraphernalia. This person who is getting held back, they were given a recipe for some kind of magic trick, and they substituted ingredients, so it didn't work. They made mistakes. It didn't work. So they're not going to get the happy ending that belongs to this apple because they can't make the magic cast the illusion that they are rooted and flowering like this apple. The magic didn't work. Isn't it amazing that people can actually just be a vicious little black artist, a little magician hoe bag, and get their ass into heaven? That's all it takes, is just to be a filthy little sorcerer hoe bag? For God's sake. There's got to be extra security implemented. We've got anticipation. So they had anticipation of being successful, and they were focused on all this money, but now they know nobody's listening to them. Nobody cares about what they have to say because they've been lying. They've been lying, man. Spiritual scarcity. They don't have a connection to source. They don't have a connection to the sun, to the light, to that which gives life. Pizzad. Grandfather, help my twin. Car kid, grandfather, yes, that's such a nice prayer. Thank you for letting me see that. I appreciate that. That's nice. Ooh. Oh wait, anticipation is up there. So they were not able to take the happy ending away from the apple, of God's, the daughter of Eden. So they're anticipating, nobody's listening to them, because they are a bad influence. They're a bad influence. They're out there throwing dollars around, smoking, drinking, snorting coke on the freaking witness stand in the courthouse, whatever. Everybody saw, everybody knows. These folks got away with some really bad stuff. And they led the entirety of the realm down a path of incoherence and lustful, worthless activity. And in the process, they made living unaffordable. And then they made homelessness illegal. So, and then they have the audacity to lecture anybody on responsibility. It's really freaking crazy. So, whoa, okay. So 6 of Swords is right there. You're leaving behind this mess. There's unfinished business here. Self-love is the key. Everybody's watching. Everybody can see. You were being attacked everywhere. Inside, outside, the whole world, on the inside and the outside, wanted you to believe the worst about yourself. And you had to really make it through all that on your own. That's so nice to say, Mikax. No, vocal patterns are absolutely unique, especially when they sing. Okay, so they're peeping, they're watching. People who've been spying on you, they know that you've been loving yourself throughout this whole mess. They get their little clans, their little groups of concentration. They get their little camp going, right, of their concentration collective. And they get in there and they start focusing, pouring all this nasty shit into your head, right? And they've been watching you transmute it with love, self-love, for yourself and for the inner divine that finds you worthy enough of walking with. These ones will not be peeping in your sacred space anymore. They will not be peeping in your sacred space anymore. They're done. Sam! Well, no, you don't, Sam. Who's Sam, Blue Cloud? Who is Sam? So we got the Three of Pentacles who neglected you. They failed to give you what you needed. They took everything from you and they miss you, Street Exhibit. You beautiful, white, pure rose. They're not getting a contract with you. Absolutely not. They miss you and they cannot have another contract. They wanted to sacrifice you and then claim you and then leave you in suffering. And they're not going to be able to do that this time. Because God claimed you. Osiris couldn't keep you down. Osiris chose not to keep you down. Whatever that means to you. Take it as it resonates. Communication distance. So there's no contract. There might be some communication from a distance. They might be trying to telepathically communicate. They might be doing what... some kind of social media thing. Five of Pentacles, financial loss. This prideful, egotistical female who is trying to portray the illusion that they were you. This sweet talk. So there's a sweet talk and photographs. They've lost their secret weapon. So this sweet talk, the one that they had snatched in the past with their sweet talk, was their secret weapon, but they've lost you. They can't pull off of your energy anymore, Star. Their life is in the shredder. They're a clown, and they've been living in your house, in this territory of your Star Nation soul family for centuries. destroying your reputation by portraying themselves as a rootless, fruitless POS. You're down here trying to get your shine on to get yourself out of this damn mirror. They're in grief. They're in grief. They've lost their secret weapon. It was you. All of the souls are being searched. There's maximum security. There's some kind of a scanner that the magistrate has that can scan the body. And I don't know how it works, but apparently everybody's getting scanned. There's cameras everywhere. There's maximum security for this territory, this divine total love and support territory. These entities, their favorite weapon of war is relationship. They like to come in and marry into the clan, is what they have said, and then they systematically birth children that they hate, that they wind up sacrificing, and then they destroy that tree and absorb the wealth of it, eventually taking over the whole territory. And that's what they've been trying to do, and that is what they just failed at. They're in grief because you're checking their soul. It's like, hey, you got that light on in there? Let me see your solar plexus. What you got going on there? You got roots? You got a crown? Is it fake? Let me see. So this new chapter is a secret. We've got the sun is setting on what was. We've got a newborn transformation now. The change is evolution. Your channel, your head, your messaging system is being promoted. So you should be getting more and more messaging because of the distraction of these copycat, clone, lookalike, wizard, sorcerer, freaking Casanova, sex magician, whatever is going away. All these distractions are going away. So your messaging system, your divine messaging system, should be coming back online and being amplified. These ones are because you're being promoted. This one that doesn't have the roots or the crown or the fruit or nothing, they're starting to malfunction. Everything that they did to you, everything that was done to you in the thousands of years, the many lifetimes that this clown and her Casanova were mirroring you, is now going to be done to them. It's time for the anomaly, the shining ones, the suns and the stars to go play. It's time for you to have a good time. This territory will be protected from ghosts. The Divine Mother stated that the risk from these ghosts, this mischief, they will not be able to curse or hex your land, your territory, your business. None of the magic is going to work here. The Divine Mother and Father are going to make certain that these sorcerers and their black magic and their upside down mutation, rewritten, holy scripts or whatever the hell is not going to have any kind of an effect in this territory. Never again will they feed on one of God's family. Those who are curious, astral projecting into your house, if they ever get curious and try to astral project into your house, they will be released. There's no 3 strikes and you're out this time. There is a one and done. And it may not even be a one. It may be a thought of a one. Because we are planting seeds here with our gifts. And it could be because of the history of them pulling up the seeds, using our gifts with their upside down perspective, causing Mother Nature herself to be in survival mode, with a whole team of people in this community of divine love, total support, committed to an empty nest, committed to making certain that the children would not be born or survive or thrive in this territory. But you have grown and soared high above it. And so those who are mimics are being displaced. They're being kicked out. You're identifiable. And this person is a fraud. They left you alone. They have to leave you alone. We're going in a new direction. These ones are being prepared for fodder, and you and your heart bond have freedom, guaranteed freedom. Why? Because you exposed the bullshit artistry of these snakes in God's house, and now the scavengers are getting wrath. There's a big fight, or they're getting wrath because of the battle that they were doing with you. This person, this low-life person, could not go get her shine on. She hooked up with a clown who had magic skills, and they just decided to harvest yours and mimic it. They're being warned about bringing upheaval to the territory. They're offering resistance because they want your abundance. They're afraid because they have been doing trickery, and any trickery that they do is being observed. They're under surveillance for their routine of trapping and taking golden nuggets, children, into the night. So their magic is going to fall right off of you, and you're coming into a lucky streak. A lucky streak. I guess it's time for you to think about your own self-interest. But you don't have to go hunting anything. You're not going to take the life of anybody like these ones did. God is going to deliver you manna from the sky. It's going to fall right from the sky. You're going to have so much abundance, you're not going to know what to do with it. These ones have taken from you for centuries. They've got thousands and thousands of years. Each one of these folks, love a big debt. I don't know that they'll ever be able to pay it back, to be quite honest with you. I just don't think they will. All right then, so I've been on here for a while, and it's been a couple hours, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this one down because I don't want to make it too long for folks. I mean, this is pretty long as it is, but thank you everybody for the channel donations and for the comments. I really appreciate all of your wonderful comments. Thank you for sharing this space with me. Thank you, Angel. Thank you, Shelley. Thank you. All the spiritual babs are nice. Thank you, Susie. Thank you, Jobets. All right, everybody. Have a lovely evening. I think Geez, I have to go to work tomorrow, don't I? Oh my goodness. All right, well, have a great night, everybody. See you next time. Bye.